Hey guys, it's me, Sassy C, and welcome back to my channel. So I've been meaning to do this vlog for a minute, but I really was like back and forth with it, beating around the bush and stuff because today I'm going to talk about grieving. And the reason why I'm saying I've been beating around the bush because a couple people that really meant a lot to me in my life has passed away, and it's different types of grieving, and I have grieved different ways with each death, basically. you know um I miss my grandparents. They passed. I was young, so but now that I'm older, I do miss like the thing of having grandparents. I done lost aunts and uncles who I've missed. You know, aunts like my Aunt Doris, my Aunt May, and my Aunt Barbara. I miss them. It used to be Thanksgivings and Christmases used to be big because we used to always come to Aunt Doris' house, and I know I will always see like all my family, all my cousins, and all my aunts and stuff because everybody will come past. So you will always see your cousins, and you'll all get to play together and catch up and stuff. And since they passed, it's like basically everybody's doing their own thing. And everybody got grown, so everybody's having their own families and they're having their own dinners at their own houses and stuff. And that's not the only reason I miss them, but it shows when older people pass. It shows how much of a tradition that you're used to, and then when the tradition is taken away, you have to basically find a new way. So what I do now is like Thanksgivings and stuff. I cook at my own house, just for the people that lives here or if people want to come past or whatever. But you know, they're missed. I miss a lot of people. It's more. A couple that I'm going to get into today. Basically, December of 2021, I lost my cousin Pam. And I mean, she was like the sweetest soul. When I'm talking about, I know how people always be like, they were so sweet, and sometimes people lie because, once the person is dead, you don't want to talk bad about them, so you do tell all their good traits. But when I mean she was like the sweetest person, she was like the sweetest person. You could do her wrong and she still wanted no vendetta against you. She would still embrace you and welcome you back into her life. That was just her. She always had a kind heart. And growing up, I grew up with her kids. We were cousins or whatever because she grew up with my sister, which is my sister is way older. Not I ain't gonna say way older, but she's like older than me. I'm in my 30s. My sister is in her 50s. So she grew up with my sister and her kids, and us. We grew up together. And I just loved when I seen her because the energy was always positive. You was always going to get like a positive vibe from her. And I'm not even going to lie, like I never thought the day would come. That she would pass on. I know she was sick, but I just never could see that time of her passing on because she was just such a good soul, and that was a person that you always wanted to be around you. You know, and December, I think 11th, she passed away, 2021. And my mom was crying and she called me and she told me, and I was stuck. Like I was frozen, because I really couldn't wrap around my head that she had passed away. She deserved her wings because there's no doubt about it. She got her wings because she was a great person. So I know she got her wings. I know she's in heaven with God because she was like the sweetest. I'm talking about, I can't think of no bad things that anybody could really ever say about her. She opened her heart to you, her arms to you, her home to you, whatever. That's just how much of a sweetheart that she was. And her mom was my mom's best friend. Like, I'm talking about, they was best friends for over 40 something years. So they practically did everything and knew everything about each other because that's how long they were friends. And when her mom passed, it took a toll out of my mom, and her mom was Aunt May, one of the ones that I said about the cooking and stuff. And she was another one that when you came around her, you always got a good laugh. Cause once, she was always honest, and she was always real. And then when her and my mom get together, it was just like, oh my God, these two ladies, like they hold no punches, no bars. And ever since my aunt, passed, my mom haven't really been the same because, every now and then she say, I miss my best friend. I don't have nobody to talk to, and I haven't gone through that yet because I still have my best friend. So Pam would, birthdays and stuff, she would always come to my house, and she would bring my mom flowers every birthday. And she passed before this my mom's birthday came this year, and I didn't get my mom flowers this year because I didn't want her to, like, really go through the motions of crying and stuff. But I will start the tradition of getting her flowers again starting next year. But my cousin Pam was such a sweetheart, and she was loved by everybody. I'm talking about everybody loved her. Everybody always had good things to say about Pam. So rest in peace, Pam. You deserve your wings. I know you are with your mom, and I know you are cracking up at Aunt May. I know her, Aunt May, and Aunt Barbara, and Aunt Doris got you rolling right now. Next, I'm going to go to talk about my godmom. My godmom, I don't even call her my godmom. I'm going to keep it real. I don't call her my godmom because she literally was a mom to me and my brother. She was me and my brother's godmom, and we called her mom because of the fact that we considered having two moms. We considered ourselves having two moms. So you know how lucky it is to have two moms. And she was like in our life major. When my mom was going through her thing and she was on drugs, struggling, she came and she got us. Told my mom she better get herself together or she wasn't getting us back. And my mom got herself together. And she took us. We went to school. We lived with her. And every weekend, even before and after we went back to my mom, every weekend we was at her house. Summers we spent at her house. We was always with her. So it was like she left a major imprint in our lives, and especially me because I'm the youngest and of me and my brother, and even though I'm the youngest, I still remember a lot too. Just like him, I remember a whole lot. Like I have pictures of when I was little that my cousin Mookie put up, and I stole them from her page. And I have a picture that when my godmom passed, they had put in her obituary that I stole off of there. I still got her obituary. I went and got it laminated because it started to get old at the bottom. So I went and got it laminated so it wouldn't, mess up no more, because that is a special thing to me. And that's the last thing that I have of her. So, she is what teaches me that when you become a godparent, you don't just say, oh, I'm a godmom or I'm a godparent just to be called a godparent. Like, you have to step up and be there. You want to be in your godkids' life. You want, when they get older, to have memories that they'll remember and always remember and say, and my godmom was there. She was there. She always been there. She always been around. Like me, I always say I had the best godmom. That's not even my godmom. That's my second mom. Like, I call her mama because I just can't call her godmom because it don't sound right. She's just like the best second mom a person could ever have. And when I had got shot, my mom said I was waking up in and out in the hospital, and I don't remember none of that. The one thing I do remember is when I woke up and came out of everything else, whatever drugs and stuff they had me on. She was in her wheelchair in my room. I was in ICU. I looked over and she was there. Yes, she was. She was in my room, sitting in her wheelchair. Yes, she was. And I was so happy inside, and I was just so happy to see her. And I was saying to myself, like, oh my God, thank God, look, my mom is here. You know, because I was so happy to see her. I told you, she's always there for us, no matter what. It didn't matter. We going through something, whatever, she's right there. And she was in a wheelchair, and she was still right there. She was right there. And that's what I remember when I woke up, that she was right there. And then as I was getting well, you know, we would talk on the phone. I would call her and stuff, and we would talk. And then I had surgery where I lost my kidney. She was there. She was there before I went in surgery. And when I came into my room and I woke up, she was there then. She was still there. My godmom was the best. I love her to death. Like, my mama is the best. You know, I normally go see her a lot. I haven't really went to see her this winter because it's really been cold and stuff. And I'm waiting till the spring come because I love to decorate her area where her tombstone is at, because it just gives me peace to know, you know, that I'm doing it. That's the least I can do for her, you know, because nothing will ever amount to what she's done for me and my brother. And I remember I was sick. I had a real bad flu, and I was in bed, and my sister Stephanie called me, and she was saying that you know, my mom, it was time and she was about to go, and it was a snowstorm, and we lived on a little block where, you know, since they plowed the big blocks, they basically, they never came up our block, so we had a bunch of snow on our blocks, and then the plows left the big blocks of snow at the corners of the block. So I couldn't get out, basically. I couldn't get a cab to come through because it was a big snowstorm and I couldn't get out. And then next thing you know, I got the call that she was gone, and I just remember crying really bad. Crying really bad, and going into my mom's room and telling her that my godmom died, that she was gone. I was so hurt. I was so crushed. I cried for days because I really couldn't believe the chapter of my mama and me and Corey, which my brother was in jail at the time, it closed. You know, we can keep the memories alive, but as far as building more memories with her, there was no chance. That was it. It was it. And that was January 2011. And I told you I had family members that had passed and stuff like that, but I was really young, and I really didn't really understand death at that time, because back then I had aunts and uncles. They were dying left and right, but I was really young, so I didn't even understand. Like, when my aunt Vanessa passed, I was like 6, maybe 7. And the crazy part about that was, at the funeral, I was sitting on my godmom's lap. I was with her. I was over there with her. You know what I mean? She always been there. She just always been around. She's never turned her back on us ever, that I could really remember. And then to know that she was gone, I was like in a trance. My sister knew I was sick, so she took me to the bar to give me, I forgot the name of that liquor it was. It gets the cold and stuff out of you. And I was drinking, but I was still like mourning. My mind was all over the place. I've never been where I was at the point I didn't know whether I was coming or going. I didn't know, you know, it just felt like the world was just spinning, and I couldn't stop it, and I couldn't grab a hold of it, because I really couldn't get a hold to not understand that she was gone. And even to this day, like one day I was sitting, this was maybe like earlier in last week, I was sitting in my room and I was quiet and I was chilling, and my significant other was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Nothing. I'm just thinking." And he was like, "Thinking about what?" And I was like, "Just thinking." And he was like, "You could talk. You could talk to me." And I'm like, "I know." And I was like, "I was just thinking about my godmom, because even to this day, it's been 11 years, and she still pops up in my mind, and I still think about her, and I still wish she was here, and I still wish she could see how well I've overcame what happened to me, and the path that I'm on, and the positive road that I'm going down. How I changed my life after that. She was there for a little bit, but I'm talking about, I was still, back then I was still young, so I was still like, confused, not knowing where I was going in life and not knowing what I wanted to do with myself. But now I'm like, my head is in the game and it's straight, and I know what I want to do, and I want to, I wish she can be here to see the things that I'm accomplishing in my life. Buying a house with my significant other. Like I'm trying to build my YouTube channel. I started my blog called Mixing It Up. Make sure y'all go check that out. I haven't updated in since maybe 2 weeks, but I'm gonna update soon. I'm just waiting to see what the next topic is. I don't like to put the topic that I put on YouTube as my topic that I also write in my blog. I like them to be two different things, to give you different things to read and different things to watch. And I'm about to bring out my brand. It's going to be called Styling with Sassy, which is going to be product with that. That's coming soon. I'll update you more on that when I really start getting into it and getting the final touches and everything going. I just wish that she could be around for all of that. I just wish she could see me now. And I know she could still see me spiritually. I believe that she could still see me. And spiritually, I believe that she's there and she's guiding me and she's helping me in the road that I'm going down now. I think she always knew that I could do it. So I know she's there and she's watching me and she's guiding me. And I just miss her so much. But, I had 5 guy kids. 5 of them. And she had a lot of guy kids too, though. I had 5 guy kids. And each one, I try to be there for each one. I try to remember birthdays, Christmases. I try to make sure, they all get... I try to make sure they know that their godmom is there, and if they ever need anything, they can call me, have their moms call me, whatever they want to do. I'm always here because I learned from the best. I know what I had, so I know what I want my god kids to think and feel about me, and the legacy that I leave behind with them, the memories that I leave behind with them. I want them to remember that. I want them to always know that and remember me for the good things, and to know that I'll never stray or never turn my back on them. I will always be there for them. And that's starting from the 14-year-old one on down to the 2-year-old one. Now, and I want to say, rest in peace, Mama. Her name is Lurleen Martha West. I love you and I miss you so much. Next, we're going to go to a guy that I used to mess with. His name was Hakeem Harris. He wasn't my boyfriend. He got murdered in Delaware in a car, and he wasn't my boyfriend then. We were just friends, and when I first met him, I was in my abusive relationship. And he used to be there to hear me when I was going through stuff with my ex. you know, that had shot me and stuff, and he would be there, he'd be listening, and he'd be telling me I need to leave him alone, you know. And I would spend a night with him and stuff, but nothing happened. I would just spend a night with him and stuff, because I just needed that listening ear, and he would be that friend to just listen and hear me out, and try to give me that route to, you can do this, just go ahead. And he was part of the reason why I decided to let that relationship go, because he let me know that I'm strong enough to do this. I can do this. I can put my foot down and say enough is enough, and I can move forward. And after I got shot, me and him got back in touch, and we ended up being in a relationship. And he helped nurse me back to health. When I had surgery, he was there. I'm talking about in the hospital bed with me and everything. The nurses used to be laughing and smiling, and I used to be like, I'm sorry, you know, that's my boy. Because he just used to be, he didn't care. He just always wanted to be there. And that was the one quality about Hakeem that I can always say. He was there. Like, if I ever needed him, whether we was together or not, he was there. Because even after our relationship, when he got killed, he had a girlfriend. But me and him were still friends. You know, he would still call me about his little problems with his girlfriend and stuff, and I would tell him if he right or if he wrong, because I knew him. Like, I knew his ways. Like, he knew me and he knew my ways, but I knew him and I knew his ways. So when he would, you know, try to tell me stuff, if I thought he was wrong, you know. And he would disappear out of my life, and, you know, being as though we were just friends, and then he would come back out of nowhere. And one time, when I lived in West Philly, he popped up at my house and was telling me to come out, and he wanted to drive around with me. And I asked him, like, well, where's your girlfriend? And he was like, she at my mom's house. And I'm like, oh, okay. And, you know, I just start cussing him out, like, because you can't keep coming in and out of my life. Hakeem, like, you know what I mean? And then I would cuss him out also because Hakeem lived a fast life. He always had expensive life taste. And he lived his expensive life. Like, don't get it messed up. He lived his expensive life. But I was always worried about the life that he lived. And I always would tell him, like, you can't trust everybody. Everybody's not your friend. Stop trusting everybody, because everybody is not your friend, you know? And he must have trusted the wrong person. And I was home. I was waiting on my cousin to come around the corner. I was in a good mood. I was in good spirits. And my sister called me, and she told me he got killed. And all I can remember is screaming and hollering and dropping the phone. And when my godmom died, I cried so bad. But when he died, I screamed so loud that I've never screamed like that since. Because we were close friends. Like, we had built a friendship. And it was tight and it was solid. And I couldn't believe that happened to him. And then I couldn't believe it. And it came on the news, and I just kept watching it. And I remember I got a hoodie made. I would sleep with the hoodie. I would get drunk, sleep with the hoodie, and cry. And, you know, I had different grieving things with different people. And I grieved for him because when I got shot, he got to take care of me and nurse me back to health. But when he got shot, my grief was I didn't get to return the favor and nurse him back to health. You know? So I was very emotional about that. I was very confused. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of mad at God for a little bit, because I was trying to understand, you know, how he couldn't let me return that favor back to him. But then I realized that at the end of the day, who am I to question God? Evidently, God knew that he needed a rest, and he was tired of running, and he had to give him a rest. But betrayal is real out here, and you can't trust everybody, and that's the bad part about the situation. And then, so next, we're going to talk about my god brother. His name is David, which is my godmom's son. I don't call him my god brother. I call him my brother. My brother David, he passed away. I remember video chatting with him. He was saying he was sick. And then my sister Stephanie called me again. And she told me that he passed. And I cried again. Forgot I was all on the phone with her again. And I was crying so bad. And I came down and told my mom. And I was so hurt. And the emotions was just like very all over the place. I was like, and I remember saying, not again, not again, not again. Because I was like, first my mama and now my brother, like, not again. I couldn't believe it. Like, again, it happened again. And I was so hurt. Because like I told you, memories, all flashes, I just remember memories flashing in my face, about what was going on and what happened and, and stuff like that. And I really couldn't believe it that he was gone, and my grief for that was hard. But the one thing I can say, when I grieved about him, my significant other was there. He would take me, like he takes me to go visit my godmom all the time. Anytime we be in that area, or he'd be like, you want to go visit your mama today? And I'd be like, yeah, sure, let's go stop past and go visit her and stuff. Or he'd be like, you want to go clean her tombstone and stuff off? Like, he knows when the spring comes, he'll be asking me, like, you want to go clean her tombstone and stuff off, get the grass and stuff up, because he know what I like to do, once the weather break. He know what I like to do, so he be with it. He has my back when it comes to, like, my godmom, or if he be like, you ain't see your god brother, well, he don't call him my god brother, he be like, you ain't see your brother in a minute, you want to go up there and go see him? And I'd be like, yeah, let's go up there and go see him real quick or whatever. I would go up there and I would go see him. He's very supportive when it comes to that. And then last year, no, not 2021. Yeah, 2021. January 2021. My boyfriend before I got with him, the guy that I'm with now, he passed away. He had a seizure in his sleep. And I wasn't grieving, like, because, us, like, because I still loved him. I was grieving because, like I said, when somebody passes that, like, since I've been shot, when I know somebody that passes, for some reason, I'm very emotional. I'm very, I get into survivor's guilt. Like, I'm talking about, and they don't gotta die in a tragic way for me to get survivor's guilt. I just get in survivor's guilt because it be, I go through this thing where I don't understand what made me so special and I made them so special. And, I go to therapy for that and stuff, and my therapist will be working with me about that and stuff, because she said it's normal from what I've been through or whatever. But, I was a little upset about that, because I just felt like he haven't had a chance to, I was hurt because he haven't had a chance to really live his life. He was finally on the path of doing right with himself. I think he was having a baby, and he had a job, and he was looking out for his nephew, one of his best friend's sons. He was doing good in his life, and I was proud of him for that, because when we was together, he was a dog. You know what I mean? And it be like that, But I don't get mad because, like I say, at the end of the day, it just wasn't me who was meant to be with you for you to do right. But he was doing good, and that's why I felt bad, because I was like, he was just getting his life started in a good direction, and it got taken away, which is sad. So, rest in peace, Tata. And uh, condolences to his family, his baby mom and his daughter, because I think he did have a baby, if I'm not mistaken. But it just be different. The one thing I can say though, like when I'm going through stuff like that, I don't go to my boyfriend about my exes when they get killed. Look, when Hakeem got killed, I wasn't in like a serious relationship with my boyfriend at that time, so he didn't know nothing about the grieving situation I was going through. But I did go to counseling for it, and he was actually going to counseling with me, and then that's how he found out about what I was going through, about the situation, and why I was grieving over the situation. And he didn't understand at first, but then when when my therapist was breaking it down to him, he got that. And when my ex, I didn't even mention it to him because it's not even worth mentioning or whatever. But my best friend, she came, just to come keep me company and stuff, because she remembered him too, because me and him used to live together basically. So she know him or whatever. So, she just wanted to come and send her condolences my way. But, I was just hurt at the fact that he didn't really get the chance to start his life. He was 32. Yeah, he was 32. He would have been 33 last year. But, like I said, you can't question God. It's a lot of deaths that be happening, and lately it be seeming like especially like with the murder rates and stuff that's going on, it just seems like crazy. The world is crazy right now. You gotta worry about your car. You getting killed for your car. You gotta worry about straight bullets. You gotta worry about your kids being safe and outside. They can't really play. They can't really play at playgrounds. There's a lot of limitations of the reason why kids can't be out, especially with the COVID. It's just a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and it's like you just gotta roll with the punches. And to believe it or not, a lot of people, with a lot of stuff that's going on, a lot of people need therapists and stuff like that, because they need somebody to talk to, because people going through stuff with all the stuff that's going on. Excuse me. But that's, the world is, all I can say is stay prayed up, to whatever God you serve, whether it's Jesus Christ, the Lord Savior, Allah, whatever else God that's out here, whatever God you serve, just stay prayed up, because the world right now is crazy, and you never know what's going on. You can be here today and going tomorrow. Make sure y'all got some life insurance, so your parents don't have to be out here stressing, worrying about how they going to pay for y'all funerals. Be smart and think smart, because it's crazy out here. And I want to thank y'all for listening. Like I said, don't forget, I'm bringing out, I'm starting my own business, and it's going to be Style with Sassy, and it will be coming August. I'm sorry, I'm about to say July. August, it will be coming. I'm launching in August for a reason. August will make 14 years of what happened to me, and I want to change that anniversary from something sad and devastated to something positive, uplift. You know, I want to turn it around so I something, you know, so that date from then on, I won't be thinking about what happened to you. I'll be like, you know, this was the day that I started my own business. This was the day that I really changed, turned my life around, and I know the direction that I'm going in. 2022 was the eye opener for me. It made me want to push through. It made me focus, and it made me know where I wanted to go in life and what I want to do. So that's what I plan on doing. I'm putting my foot on the gas, and I'm staying in my own lane. So make sure y'all look out for my product. I'll be mentioning it more often. It'll definitely be on my pages. You know, I have now I have 3 pages, because my business page is Style with Sassy 2022. You can look that up. It's open, and you can start following it now. And if you want, you know, it's followers on there. If you want to start following it now, you can. It's going to stay open. If not, it's not. Bit my lip. It's not going to be private. I'm going to leave it open. Thank y'all for listening. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. If you're not following me, click that subscribe button. And y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I know I'm going to try to, and relax. Thank you. Bye.